Hey everybody, this is Tony Tominick
Sherry Spencer.
and we're here for a minute of history or two. And you might have noticed in the background is the American Legion. That's something they've used over the last couple of years at our Memorial Day celebration at the cemetery, which takes me right back to, the Memorial Day and the American Legion. So Sherry, can you share with us our topic today?
I thought we'd talk about the American Legion because that seemed particularly appropriate for the upcoming holiday. American Legion Post 211 here in Avon Lake, chartered in 1926.
Yeah, I wasn't born then.
No, I was going to ask you for a memory, but I guess I
Yeah,
won't.
yeah, that was about the same year actually that they built the high school.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm
they
not just
actually,
I'm not just another pretty face.
okay.
Sorry.
They actually moved into their very own home in 1933, and the home has a particularly interesting history, I think.
Well, I know you're going to tell us about it.
Well, of course I am. But first, I have to tell you that Avon Lake had a little log cabin school that was built in 1850 by John Walker. Do you recognize that name?
Yeah, that's one of the other families that have a road named after them that I'm a little upset about because there's still no Tominick Drive.
Okay, I didn't mean to beat that hornet's nest, but looks like I stepped right into
Yeah,
it.
really.
Anyway, so John Walker built the original school, the little log cabin school, and then a new and improved school was put into place, a brick schoolhouse, and that was in 1879. And then the American Legion eventually bought that property and it became their home. But first, they had to remodel it.
Well, there was I go back in time and I remember a lot of different schools around Avon Lake, but I believe that one still has a stone at the top of the peak that has established in certain date, right?
Right. And some of the original bricks from the little red schoolhouse are incorporated into the
That's
building.
way cool.
Yeah.
That's way cool. So tell me more about this place.
So when the Post bought it, they used the services of an architect, a local architect from here in Avon Lake, a man by the name of W.A. Schabel. And he went around and talked to men who had experienced the Battle of ChateauThierry. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I'm guessing. I'm not French, but that's how I would say it.
Yeah, okay, ChateauThierry. And he asked each of them for their own independent recollection of what that chateau looked like, what they remembered, what the structure looked like. And he collected all of this information and he used that to the best of his ability, recreate that chateau right there at the American Legion Post 2.
That is way cool. That's stuff that I never knew about. So now I have to go look up Chateau Thierry.
Yes, yes, you
Yep,
do.
yep.
So originally there was a remodeling committee too that spearheaded this drive, the design and creation committee, and the commander at that time was Wayne Black. You may recognize that name.
Yes, I think I do.
He held a position in history. He was one of our very first city solicitors.
Oh, it's pretty cool. But back then everybody seemed to be a veteran, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there was World War One and then World War Two, and then following that we had the Vietnam era folks like me. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I
I
was
didn't
not
mean
a
to throw it
veteran.
at you, and you weren't ready. Take it. No.
So let me tell you about the rest of the committee, the
Okay.
design
Okay. I'm
committee
sorry.
for ChateauThierry's
Yeah.
lookalike. It was Wayne Black who was the commander. The vice commander was a man by the name of Dwight Easty. And then we had several other members, Irvin Kubik, James Hayden, George Perks, Carlton Harrison, and William Arnold. And I'll bet you recognize those last two names at least, don't you?
Well, yeah. Oh, absolutely. The Harrisons were, lived over on North Point. I remember both his sons and some of the grandchildren. And Bill Arnold was our police chief. He had a motorcycle, and his family eventually opened Arnold's hardware store on Lake Road down there at Stop 65.
Well, and you know, Carlton Harrison also served our community as a marshal back in the day.
We got all these military people, all these cops.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And there was a women's auxiliary, and they raised funds. They had hosted card parties and tea parties and such to help subsidize the construction and the recreation of Chateau
You
Thierry.
know, Sherry, every time we drive by that place, you don't think about it. You don't think about what it was or how it got built or what it got, who started it, that kind of thing. And I absolutely never knew about Chabot and this Chateau Thierry. So I'm fascinated by that. Now I got to go look it up. But this is the first year in all of my life that we are not going to have a service at our cemetery this year, led by the American Legion because of CV-19. So hopefully we'll do something similar, but not quite like it. But I'd like to thank you for taking these 5 minutes, I guess, and I appreciate what you do, and I think it's fun, and I hope everybody enjoys it. And we'll see you next time on A Minute or Two of Avon Lake History. Bye.
Bye.